right. Thank you for having me, Rudolph. I throw away salute Mazi Perimpe and Dr. Franklin. Good to see you as well. So let me start it off with an apology for that outburst that we heard earlier on from Tone. I was going to say it's unbecoming, but it's very much becoming of some of the experiences. I wouldn't normally come on, but you wouldn't be on, and I not come on because I enjoy interacting with somebody like you. So good to have you here. Um, I've somewhat lost the flow of my question in the wait, but I'll just deliver it as a series, and then you can respond to it as a monologue if you choose. So let's start it off with Tinubu. Um, are you hopeful that Tinubu succeeds to be the best president that Nigeria has ever had? So I'm asking that question deliberately and pointedly, and I know that you have the functioning to understand it. Are you hopeful that Tinubu, for his almost certainly 8 years tenure, is going to be the best president that Nigeria has ever had? So that's one. And then it links on to, if Tinubu fails, do you concede that we all fail? And if Tinubu succeeds, do you agree that we all succeed? So they're all interlinked. And then if we go to Peter Obi, do you think that the GCE WAEC certificate that Peter Obi published recently, with people derisively describe it as F9 parallel, but certainly a pass in English and a pass in mathematics, do you think that is sufficient enough to access one of the most prestigious institutions in Nigeria, like the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, which a lot of people feel it doesn't? And if it doesn't, then how was Peter Obi able to access a space that prestigious? So and then it finally links into this. Do you think the extremely toxic, very tribalized politics that Peter Obi has played in the course of this session, do you think it has permanently, well, hopefully not irrevocably, damaged the possibility of Nigeria having a president of southeastern extraction?
All right, thank you, woman. Franklin.
Well, thank you for your questions. They are very, very pointed, like you said. First question, am I hopeful that Tinubu succeeds? Hope is not a plan. Tinubu doesn't have the qualities to make Nigeria great. Nigeria is too complex for somebody like him. We need, it has nothing to do with tribe or where he comes from. We have brilliant people from the Southwest that could handle Nigeria well. The guy that is the African Development Bank is very, very quite brilliant. He could deliver. Tinubu doesn't have the legitimacy, the character, and the intellectual capital to lead a complex country like Nigeria. All my analysis, I would love him to succeed, because if he succeeds, Nigeria succeeds. But the indices, they don't fit. So if we can have hope from here till kingdom come, it was the same with Buhari. Sorry, am I still on?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. So we can have hope from here till kingdom come. He doesn't have the character, the integrity, and the intellectual capital to govern a complex country like Nigeria, just like Buhari never had. So I would love him. I would like anybody who governs my country to succeed. But whether he succeeds is the question. So if you ask me to have hope, but I know that the facts on the ground tells me that no matter how much hope I have, that he's not going to function, then I'll be living a life of illusion. So I would like him to succeed, but I don't think, even with the characters around him, you have said, okay, teething mistakes. You got up, the very first thing, you went ad lib and then removed subsidy without a subsequent plan. And then you are smuggling subsidy in again from the back door and insulting people with palliatives that mean nothing. If he had learned something from Buhari, he would have learned that during the corona palliative that the governors were hoarded these items, there could have been a functional plan in place to deliver palliatives to the people. So these are teething mistakes that somebody that has prepared himself for that office would not have made. So I don't think that he has what it takes to govern a complex country like Nigeria. The Southwest could give us better people. Southwest is filled with intellectuals that have the stamina, the intelligence, and the moral capital to govern Nigeria. But Tinubu, no, I don't think he can do that. Second point, I have answered two questions in one. Peter Obi's GCE. The point is that Peter Obi he got into a university. It was never proven that he committed fraud. So if you have any fraudulent accusation against him, but if this is used as a tactic to divert attention from the legitimate accusations against Tinubu of having forged his certificate, it's not selling here, because these are issues that are on the table. So trying to distract us with saying Peter Obi did this as a whataboutism. No, we have the right to question Tinubu's certificate. He's our president. Peter Obi just is not president yet. When he is president, we can question that. But until then, we have a president who the rest of the world looks at as a crook. And that should worry all of us. That should worry every right-thinking Nigerian, no matter where you come from. So Tinubu's or Peter Obi's issue is not important at this stage. Once he becomes president, then we can query that. Peter Obi's, you said Peter Obi's toxic and tribalized. I didn't see Peter Obi's politics as toxic and or tribalized. Peter Obi won in Lagos State. Lagos State, if he's tribalized, a lot of Yorubas that were campaigning for him wouldn't have done that. A lot of people in the middle belt and a lot of people that are following his vice president is an awesome man. Okay, so I don't think he had it. This is my personal assessment. Your personal assessment may be different. His politics for me is not tribalized or toxic. He's a guy. He came out preaching, let's go from consumption to production. What is toxic about it? What is tribal about it? I'm yet to see that. I'm yet to be convinced by evidence and not the rhetoric, not the campaign rhetoric, evidence, because I am a guy that was trained to deal with evidence. If you provide evidence, I will share your views. So Peter Obi's politics. Peter Obi, even Soyinka acknowledged it in South Africa. He said he provided the third force. The people that Soyinka was accusing were Peter Obi's followers, not Peter Obi himself. Because if Peter Obi has peddled tribal politics or petty politics, Soyinka could have said that. Even Wike, who is now in this government, said that the person who won the election...
Soyinka accused him of that. Soyinka accused him of that. In his latest output, Soyinka accused him of exactly that.
No. What Soyinka said that Peter Obi was that if I have not seen his latest output, what Soyinka said was that the Labour Party officials are trying to do Bajro because they didn't win the elections. That's what Soyinka said. I listened to his words carefully. He never accused Peter Obi personally of peddling tribal politics. What he said that some parties hijacked the Labour Party and made it a regional party, but he never offered evidence to that effect. And I disagree with Kongi there because he never offered evidence to that effect. Because the young people...
the evidence is in the play out of the politics.
Okay.
There was a heavy backdrop of ethnic baiting in all of the campaigns of Peter Obi, and there was a even it wasn't an inferred even, there was an outright religious leanings, and we all saw the yesterdays and whatnot. I think a lot of people assess it to be one of the most rudimentary, probably the crudest form of ethnic and religious baiting sort of campaigning that we have ever
seen in
Nigeria.
An example.
Can you give me an example?
I just cited you an example, the Yes Daddy tapes. And then there was other... Sorry, what's going on?
The fake bishops he produced.
No, wait, no, hold on a second.
Sorry, am I being heckled?
No, hey, one man.
Not you. I'm hearing other voices.
It's okay. Let's take this one after the other. You are dialoguing with me. Forget the side noise. I asked for an example. You said the Yes Daddy tapes. Peter Obi.
I was going to cite you more, but carry on.
Okay, no, cite more. I am waiting. I will listen to you.
There was the Yes Daddy tape, and then there was another leaked tape of when it was in, I think it was somewhere in the UK, and it was sharing clips of what purports to be Yoruba conspiracy, saying that the Igbos are going to take over Lagos, and that went viral. And just the tone and texture of the campaigning was like for instance, the functionaries for his campaigning in the north, places like Sokoto State, etc., where people of his ethnic stock, is just a plethora of evidence that leans in that direction. Even the Soludo essay speaks to that this style of unzobo politics is short-lived and it will come to short shrift, which has happened. So it's undeniable how he played that politics.
No. One man. Your logic is so very, very illogical. You are celebrating your logics here because you said Soludo said, and then Soludo said it's in Zobo politics. Therefore, it is true. And then you said Yes Daddy tapes. You didn't even explain to your audience what is in the Yes Daddy tapes and the context. So when you embezzle context in everything you do, you are not saying anything. You are just peddling a narrative. Let me come in. Yes, that it is. Peter Obi and Igbo. I'm not defending him now because the campaigning is over. Peter Obi, an Igbo man, was talking to a Yoruba man who is a Christian leader. Okay? And begging for votes. I prefer a politician that begs for votes than one that tells me I am going to steal it, carry it, and run away with it. You get the point. So politicians should beg people for votes because they are auditioning to become your servants. So they should beg me. I prefer that politician. So I don't see any tribal thing there that he stooped so low to beg for votes. That's what our politicians should be doing. And I believe that somebody like you should be applauding that and not trying to hang him on a cross for begging for votes, what politicians do in Europe.
No, I do applaud that if there's an honesty to it. If there's an honesty to it, then I'll applaud it.
It's my turn now to have my say.
Apologies, yeah.
Yeah, you have. So the Yes Daddy tapes discredits the accusations you are throwing at him because this is what a politician should do. A politician should go to the people and canvass and ask them for their votes. And that's what he did in those tapes. Then Zobu politics. Soludo's essays, I wrote a counter to it. I said that Soludo is an intelligent man, but here he misfired because the Nigerian elite are pretty smart. They don't want anybody to rock the apple cart. That's what Soludo was just doing. So, and it's politics, which I can understand. So Soludo disagrees with Peter Obi's politics. It's normal in a political situation, but that doesn't make it a tribal politics that somebody wants to become president of Nigeria. Did Peter Obi said himself, don't vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. Don't vote for me because I'm a Christian, but vote for me because I have something to offer. He made it very clear in all his campaign appearances. So where has this young man that you are now tainting with brushes of tribalism because you cannot find anything fraudulent against him, where has he...
Well, I did, but you glossed over it.
Well, but I am disproving your point. Yes,
no, I asked you about how we got into UNN with a pass in English and mathematics, and you glibly glossed over that.
Well, how? I don't know how. So how can I glibly gloss over what I don't know? I don't know how. I don't have the facts of the case. But since you seem to have the facts of the case, you should have told us how. You see the issue?
Well, yeah. I think that is more potent and more pungent than this chase round Tinubu certificate, which is university already told you that he got. How did Peter Obi get into a prestigious university with a pass in English and a pass in mathematics? He published his YX, whatever it is, and we all saw the results. Quite unimpressive. But then, of course, that's by the by. But how did he get into that institution with a pass in mathematics and a pass in English?
Okay, let me help you. Once you start using adjectives against me, you're no more being factual. Quite unimpressive. It's an insult. You don't do that kind of thing here. You don't insult a man that's just, his only crime is trying to become president of Nigeria. Okay? I have not insulted any other president. I will always say the facts. I want you to stay on that. Learn that. It helps. It goes a long way. No matter how angry.
Sorry, how have I insulted by
no. I am. Listen.
No. You are like me. That are not.
Hell no.
Unnecessary what you're doing.
I don't.
I'm entitled as a Nigerian to ask questions about Peter Obi.
Nobody is denying that. Nobody is denying you.
So don't quarter me now. Go to the question. Don't quarter me.
You ask me a question. You shut up and let me answer you. If you ask me a question, remain mute until I finish my answering you.
No. But go to the question, though. Don't quarter me. Quarter the question. Don't quarter me.
I don't take.
And don't tell people to shut up either. You are too advanced for that.
No. Yeah, no. You are too low for that because you have proven yourself so ignorant so many times here. You will ask a question, you will let somebody to answer the question, and then you'll be throwing asides from nowhere. How can somebody be this ignorant? I told you this. It's totally disrespectful for you to challenge a guy you're asking a question after he has not even answered your question. It's respectful. It's the rules of dialogue that when you have your say, I should have my say. You don't have your say, and then you think that, hey, come on, I should throw. I don't take kindly to anybody interrupting me. Nobody does that.
No, it's a dialogue.
I listen to you,
and
then now you listen.
You're not delivering a lecture. What do you mean?
No. I have to give you a lecture because you have grown so recalcitrant that you don't even understand yourself anymore. You came with an agenda. You didn't come to ask questions so that we can learn together. You came with a narrative that you want to peddle at all costs, and I'm not going to let you to use my platform to do that. So if you ask me a question, give me the courtesy of answering you. We can have to and fro. I allow that. I debate, but I debate respectfully. You don't say, yeah, quite unimpressive. We have never seen your results.
By telling people to shut up, you need to apologize for that.
I have never seen what you have attained.
You need to apologize for that.
Because if you have attained anything,
keep the language elegant. Keep the language elegant.
The point is, Peter Obi committed no crime in wanting to be Nigeria's president. And in this last election, I believe he's the best candidate for that office.
For reasons of tribe?
This is my personal opinion.
Justify that.
My personal opinion. It may not be your opinion, and I respect that. It's my opinion. It may not be your opinion, and I respect that. That's a democracy. You are free to vote whoever you want, and you should not kill me or insult somebody because the person is trying to become president of his country. He wants to contribute his quota. If you say his result is not impressive, thank you. You have not shown us yours so that we can know whether yours is impressive to challenge comparison with his. And if you tell me he didn't make enough results to enter into UNN, what was UNN's policy when he got into the university? What are his certificates? What other qualifications did he provide? You didn't give us this background, but you wanted to peddle this narrative to distract us from the legitimate accusations that Tinubu forged his certificate. And Tinubu is Nigeria's president. I'm not questioning your right to question Peter Obi. You can question that ad infinitum. But the issue is, Peter Obi is not governing me at this time. Who is governing me? Tinubu. So, and that's the guy I am addressing issues in public space. So, trying to distract attention. You have a right to ask your question, but whenever you ask questions in a program I am in.
Sorry, why is it a distraction when Peter Obi is first? But when Tinubu. Sorry, let me say this and I'll leave.
No, don't. No, you can't leave. You can't say something and leave.
Just because your guest doesn't want to engage. It just wants to throw sniping.
One man. I think it's very easy. Wait for him to finish answering the question. Then if he wants you to go on with follow-up question, you can do that. There's no need to get in between his answers. You know when he's done, then if there's a need for follow-up question and he's okay with that, I'm not okay with that because there are people who are waiting. There are so many people waiting. So that's where we should do it. And I don't want you to just say something and then leave. That doesn't solve any problem. That doesn't encourage conversation. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. So, that's what I advocate. Anybody, we can go to and fro with each other, but let me have my say. That's all I'm asking. I never interrupt you when you are talking. You should grant me the same courtesy. It's respect. I don't need to teach you this. You told me that you are an Omulabi or Moluabi somebody. And an Omoluabi somebody should learn to grant the other person the right to speak. So my opinion is Peter Obi didn't play toxic politics. The accusations of him playing toxic politics is political. Those who disagree with him will accuse him of that. But we never accused those who stabbed people, who told the Iyachukwudis not to come out, or the Bayo Onanugas who peddled genocidal statements against a particular section of the country. Those guys didn't play toxic politics. And that didn't nullify Tinubu becoming president. And then you are now believing that a whole Southeasterners will not become president because Peter Obi played the kind of politics he didn't like. And these are the kind of discriminatory ideas we put into public space against the people. And when the people that are jumping for Biafra start campaigning that this is the point of it, you will say no, that they should remain here. So this is the toxic politics that you are injecting into the system. It's people like you that give people, extremists from our part of the country, the fire to keep on doing what they are doing. Because when they see you peddling this ignorant narrative, they will say, we are justified in whatever we are doing. So this is it. And Nigeria will never, never become a great place with mindsets like that. We really need to disabuse ourselves of those mindsets. Saying, yeah, because Peter Obi is one man. The Southeast is a people. And whenever you discriminate against the people, it's evil. I want you to know that.
All right, thank you. Franklyne, do you want any follow-up with that, with him?
No, I'm done with this. No, I'm done with this.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Rudolph.
Thank you so much. Now, I want to